Okay, my parts came in. I have the new one in this little slot down here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really didn't want to take it out. I was just going to show you guys the actual part. Thinking about it, you should know how they go in there. I hate undoing this thing. Okay, so from the bike, grip, it's going to be all the way at the bottom. That's your 49E. It's a magnet sensor. So this little grip, I'll show you. It's got a little magnet inside. It just senses the north and south pole. Actually, I don't even think it does that. The magnet actually lifts away a little bit. So these three slots right here, these pegs are pushed into them. And it's actually got it held in place pretty firmly. But we're going to pull those out of that slot so I can show you what we're working with here. If you watched any of my other videos where I complain a lot about my shit breaking. Alright, so here's this little itty bitty sensor. I don't know if it'll ever focus with a light out here. It's a 49E. It doesn't matter if it says S49, X49. It's just a Hall effect sensor. It's just a whatever. So on the bottom of your grip is this little hole right here. It's a square. It's like looks like it's lined in a square metal tin. You want to bend it at about a 90. There's the original one, still attached to the wires. So, mimic. You got to slide that into this little slot. I'm trying to work through my phone. Sucks. You want to feed that in there. Now here's the problem. Please focus. This is important. It's hard to tell, but the black portion is still sticking out a little bit. You gotta move it around until it seats itself all the way in there. There it goes. There it goes. Hopefully you can see the difference of the before and after. Now it's seated all the way in. Now you want to take these three posts. Oh, and by the way, the orientation on these sensors, the dome goes up. When you're putting it in, the dome part goes upwards. There's that cat that I can't catch. So that way you have the same orientation on your legs when you're soldering your wires. They all have the same pinouts. It doesn't matter. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, ground is the center because it's got the black. You wouldn't always have that extra wire in the center, but this has a mode button for 1, 2, 3, so they ground through there for that one. That's the only reason there's a second wire. It's just a different circuit. I believe the red would be your power, which is left, and then signal is your green all the way to the right. I might have those confused. Now, important, realistically, you only need to insulate the center ground wire because your input voltage is 5 volts and the signal wire puts out a voltage and its maximum output voltage is also 5 volts. So this could actually touch the signal wire and all it's going to happen is it'll go to 5 volts. Your bike will think it's full throttle, which is could be dangerous, I'm just saying. But realistically, the way I'm going to put a bead of super glue over here. I'm still going to insulate all of mine. But the center post is the most important one to insulate because if that touches either side, the whole thing shorts. The two outsides can touch each other. Nothing will happen. Your bike will go full throttle because your signal wire has a range from 0.80 volts to 5 being full throttle. So ran out of data. So if that touches, yeah, it'll go full throttle. But most importantly, maybe at least insulate 2 of them. I'm assuming that most people that are watching this video ain't got a whole lot laying around, like me, and I'm broke because I just spent all my money on this stupid bike. Until next week, my friend. So I'm gonna get the soldering iron out. I'm gonna take it off. I was going to cut the key out and move it down, But the reason I'm going to hold off is I'm still going to order a new throttle. I'm going to order an aftermarket throttle, 60 volt from like a Suron. It's like an aftermarket Suron one. Also, you'll see where they say, oh, it's 48 volt compatible, 60 volt compatible. Guess what? They all have the same 49E in there. You can literally use any e-bike throttle. Any of them. They're all exactly the same. If it has a battery meter on it, that won't be accurate. This is a 60 volt bike, so if you have a 48 volt, it's always going to say it's full. That has nothing to do with the actual throttle. The throttle is as simple as this magnet sensor sending it 0.80 through 5 volts. That's how the throttle works. Simple as that. So the reason I want to save this cable and hold off on this is I'm ordering the new one anyways, and these cables have those plugs that match your wiring harness. So if I were to wait for the new cable, I can scrap this whole throttle assembly, keep this cable that has the matching plug down in there, and just cut the ends of these wires off and wire it to the new throttle and have a new throttle that has the matching pin out for the factory harness. I think it'd just be way cleaner, smoother. Don't have that cheap Harbor Freight plastic loom running around your bike. It's just simpler. So I'll glue it on one more time. I finally found that stupid adjustment screw though, way back there. So I'm going to spin this thing way forward so the key's like hanging almost basically pointing straight down, just so my knee stops kicking it off for the time being. When I get the new throttle, I'm going to modify this one into the better edition. So let's get the soldering iron out. It's as simple as just copying the wires over. Well, you already know we have the dome portion up. This red wire actually got so hot it burnt off, but I need to pull these sheathings back. I need to take this broken pin off the old one, get these wires off this one, a little bit of flux, pre-tam with some solder on these pegs, and then put the wire onto it so you don't have to try to melt solder all at the same time. You just get it hot, dip the wire, pull the iron away, it cools off right away. I wish I could film that, but I ain't got the gear. And if you want to know how to solder, go watch the other 8 million dudes on YouTube solder. Alright, fine, I'll show you. This is like the cheapest crap you can get at Harbor Freight. It's all I got laying around. It's just, it's open. It's just gooey. I've had this shit forever. Literally, you just need a little bit of that nasty crap. The tiniest bit on those pegs. I'll just use a, what I got laying around. Oh, I already have my pick tool. Perfect. Let's grab a little bit of that shit. That's more than enough on that pick tool for all 3 pegs. Let's swirl that up. Yeah. Get in frame here. I'm gonna try to hold you in frame while I do this. Just a little dab will do. That's way too much. It's just so old. Shit's so old. Just a little flux of the shit. Because we're gonna pre-tin these. That's way too much. It's alright. It's probably better to just use your fingernail and just scrape that off so the solder doesn't flow to the plastic. You know, gooey. It's all good. Oh, first try. Wipe the shit off. Gross. And then wipe it off on your pants anyways. Even though you said you wouldn't do that. Alright, so little bit of goo on each one of those. And then all you're going to do is take a little bit of solder. Get your spool ready. I like to pull out a nice little strand, but since I'm actually working way up here, what I'm actually going to do is I want to set this down. And I'm going to leave it coiled so it's easier to wind up. I'm just going to bring up what I need to work with so I can just get it my end here. So now I can just work with what I want to work with. Because I want to put the camera down for this, but now I can just work with what I want to work with. I can just roll that shit back up. And I'm not cutting pieces off and wasting little tips. I just always solder up from the end. Stop wasting your solder. Cheap as possible. That's the point of this video. So now they're done there. I'm going to just put a little blob of solder on each one of these legs. They're pre-10, and that's what I mean by pre-10. So what that flux allowed me to do is get these little solder blobbies on these pins, because they're flowing straight down to the ground, so gravity's a problem. But that flux let it suck a solder ball onto these pins, and they are now tinned. So when I simply hold these little wires against it, all I gotta do is put the wire against the solder, get it hot for a split second. The wire will melt right into it. Just pull the iron away, it'll cool right away, and you're done. But make sure you put your insulation over the wire first, because once you solder the connection and you forget the insulation, you have to unsolder the connection and put the insulation on and resolder the connection, which means you have to repeat the flux, the cleaning, you got to redo the whole thing. These sensors are very small. I don't think they're going to take too much heat. You want to be quick with these things. They're very small. Heat's a problem. I'm definitely going to say heat's an issue with these things. I've done a lot of pegboard stuff. And you should probably be using a 15-watt iron. I'm using a 30, but I'm real quick, and I'm using flux, which helps you go a lot faster. Heat is your enemy. So if you spend a lot of time on a wire and then you finish your repair and it doesn't work, you probably broke your own stuff, honestly. You gotta be quick. So follow the tinning procedures, please. Like I said, if you don't know how to solder, follow someone on YouTube that'll teach you how. I'm not the best, but I know I'm good enough. Don't forget to utilize those bread ties you get mad at your wife for saving, because now it's all held up right where I need it, so I can solder these wires. I was looking for a zip tie, and my girl was like, here's those bread ties that you hate so much. Alright, so all the wires have been soldered over in the same order. Yellow and the black in the middle. Second black wire is actually just the ground for the mode button, but so that second wire might not necessarily be for everyone, but the middle is the ground, the signal, they're all back exact order, the dome in the exact same position, pinout's always the same. So as long as the orientation is the same, the pinout is the same, it's wired the same, I should be able to press this button, turn it on, and I should be able to turn this key, and I should not get the throttle error problem any longer. If that is true, I'll put a little bead of super glue over that so it doesn't rip out. And did it last time, I just scraped off the razor blade. Doesn't stick to the glue real well. It's just enough to hold it in place. But let's do this. Key. For the love of God, work. No throttle problem. Oh my God, I fixed it. I fixed it with a 20 pack of crap. Here's the little tiny broken part. I get my little wireless charger thing over here. I'm going to throw on the kickstand. Just lean it over. Okay, the back wheel's off the ground. Oh my God, I can ride my bike again. All fixed, dude. I just gotta clean that up, and yeah. When my new throttle shows up, I'll do a new video on how to relocate this key. But I don't have the new stuff, and I don't want to cut the harness, so I'm just gonna lay in like the 17th bead of glue over here. Do you see how thick this glue's built up? So I'm gonna lay another bead of glue on here. I'm just gonna go ride real quick because it's just been so long. Oh God, I fixed it. I fixed it for $8. All right, yeah, let's go. unplug your soldering iron. Make sure you close your goo. I don't know where the goo went. That's my tin tipper. Oh, wow, it's still hot, so unplugged it. Crammer in the tin tipper. Just pull a nice little chunkaroo up and just let that melt on there. See how that old acid boiling away? And just, yeah, now you're like, I'm just gonna kind of like scrape it off on one of these little ruggies. Just kind of scrape the goo off. I don't want any dirt, but I want to scrape the gooies. It's not the best iron, but it's got me through a lot. It was a good iron. I think it was like $50. Good enough. You can always just change the tip. No big deal. Iron's still good. It's a, what is it, a Weller? Is it even my Weller? Oh no, this thing was from like a... Oh yeah, no. This is like a dollar store iron. Never mind. Oh, you can even see the sun fade. I fixed it with a shit iron. I thought I had my good one too. Oh well. Oh yeah, you can tell with this cheap dollar store cord. Yeah. Well, it just goes to show you can fix this thing with pretty much nothing. Anyways, clean your shit up. Don't go ride your bike yet. Put your tools away. Remember that big old wad of solder I just ripped out? Make sure things not touching anything. Yeah, cool. Or solder just pulled out. Yeah. Maybe wrap that up, you know? Clean up your tools. Don't be a heathen. Alright, solder's all cleaned up. Pick up my crap. My light. Is my battery need to be charged? Should I be putting my battery in the charger? No, cool. So that's cool. Are you shitting me? I was burning my fingers soldering that shit. Oh, they were right there. I'm super unorganized right now. Alright, so let's put the tip tenor away. I feel this is really good for everybody because I live around a lot of people that don't put their shit away. This is what this portion of the video is for you motherfuckers that don't put your shit away. Yeah. Just do it. There's the goo. See how gooey and nasty? Like, for real, dude. Don't leave that shit open. Jesus, I've had this shit for like 10 years, man. Still working for me. Just put it away. Screw that nasty ass lid on there. And I know I got some super glue in my truck, and I have accelerator. If you guys don't know what that is, super glue is already for lazy people. Guess what? They make a spray you can spray on the super glue that makes it dry even faster for even lazier people. Yeah. And I had it on the bed of my truck, and I definitely know that I saw it fall off the other day. Sorry, I live in like 6 acres. It gets a little disorganized in certain areas. Just bear with me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Oh, and also we have dogs that like to shred our trash and shit, you know. And we don't have natural gas up here, so we dry our clothes in the line. You know, we're old school. Get over it. Oh, there's my plastic crate. I was wondering where you went. So I saw my accelerator. It had fallen off the tailgate of my truck and fallen into one of these pits down here. It's on the other side. Yeah, we got property. We got a lot of property. Alright, I know I seen you right here. Oh, I spot you. There you are. I knew you were close by. Oh, and by the way, these jack stands. Oh God, here we are. Oh, you got to pull the pin out first. So, pull the pin out. These jack stands, awesome, dude. They're so amazing. Oh man, you should definitely get some hydraulic jack stands. All right, so this shit right here, that's my local hobby shop, but they all put their own stickers on it. This Insta set, anything super glue you put on, one little spray of this shit, it's dry. Done, like right now. As soon as this shit hits it, it's dry. So we're gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna show you how fast we can fix this. But now I have to go find the super glue.